Kayla Bechtel here. This is my consumer's guide to building and renovating. This one is called How to Hire an Architect. So nothing is more exciting than building your own home, but you've got to have the right team at the beginning. Nothing will affect the success of your project more than the right architect. The architect determines the design and function of your home, and will also be able to help you with the financial costs involved in construction as well as the construction itself. Use these 8 points to help you analyze the personality, design strategy, and communication skills of your candidates. Your goal is to find the right architect for you and for your project. Number 1 we'll talk about is finding an architect. Number 2, the architect's approach. Number 3, signature style. Do you want that signature style? Number 4, meet your project architect. Number 5, 3D modeling. Don't build without it. 6, services. What are they? Fees. How to figure fees. And 8, how to hire a contractor. So like many other fields, architecture runs on referrals. So ask your friends, ask your family for referrals. If you see a particular home in your neighborhood that you like, knock on the door and find out who did it. And once you find this architect, look at their other previous work. Get a feel for what it is that they do. See if you like it. Is their work about blending in the neighborhood, or is it about standing out, and which of those works for you? So start a conversation, make an appointment, get a consultation before you begin. So meeting face-to-face is really important to help you decide if your personalities match, if your communication styles will match. So number 2, the approach. So the biggest success of an architect and the biggest obstacle, what are theirs? Communication is key, and the process, how their process works. Will their process work for you? Part of this also is your responsibility to communicate to the architect what it is that you're after, so that they can respond appropriately. It may be that what you want is not what they do. So it'll be important for you to have some notes and also maybe some images of what you like. And also, once you determine that their process works and you like their portfolio, get some references and check them out. Again, you have to find the right person for you and your project. Number 3, the signature style. So what is it, and do you want it? Most architects can alter their style to suit most projects. Certainly green building and sustainable building is applicable to all projects. But find out what style they like working in and if that suits you. It may not be the smartest thing to hire an architect that really likes modern design or modern architecture or ultra cool design and for your traditional home that you're after. Number 4. So meet your project architect. Most architecture firms now that are not just one-person firms, the person that you meet, that you close the deal with, may not be your project architect. So ask to meet them. It's very common, but again, you want to be able to communicate to the person that you'll be talking to the most and communicating with the most. So you want to make sure that your style mixes also or matches also with your project architect. Unless, of course, it's a one-person firm, which in that case, that will be the person that you deal with. So 3D modeling. It's important to know what you're getting. And this helps. 3D modeling, whether it's software or whether it's actually a model that you can hold in your hands, it's important that you can see what you're getting, what your architect is designed. Not everyone can read plans and elevations and sections. So if you don't understand it, or if you don't know for sure that you think you do, if you can't visualize it, ask for more information. Most architects these days can do 3D modeling on the computer, and you can actually walk around the building. Number 6. So the services that architecture firms provide, most architects provide a range of services based on the project. So whether you know what you want yet, the architect can help you with programming, with basically making a brief that you could pay the architect to do so that you would know ultimately what you want. They could do master planning. If you have a big project, then they could help you with the whole thing. There's entitlement issues, meaning that they could help you get the right zoning for your project if it's allowed in your city or state. And then all the traditional things that architects do, providing the drawings for construction, the renderings for construction, and then also make sure that you hire them for construction administration. It's so critical for the contract administration. It's so critical for the architect to be involved in the construction process. You just get a much, much better result. But your budget may not allow that, so sometimes it's optional for some architects. And then number 7, figuring out the fees. In general, fees are based on the percentage of the construction cost, and it's actually the project cost, including consultants' fees and so forth. It can range anywhere from 5%, which is very, very low, to 20%, depending on the type of project, the scope of the project, the complexity of the project. The most important thing, though, about fees is it's completely transparent. So know what you're getting and know what you're paying for and know why. And then number 8, hiring a contractor. So most architects, most experienced architects, have a list of contractors that they like to work with. So your architect will be able to recommend to you a contractor based on your project, or 2 or 3. It's great to get bids if you can, if you can afford those kinds of drawings. Those drawings have to be more detailed so that you get a good apples to apples comparison. But you can also hire a general contractor by the hour during the design process to provide cost estimating. And that's really, really helpful so that you can make sure that you stay within budget. So these tips are just as a guide. I hope that they're helpful. I'm hoping I'm short enough, or that I was brief enough. Didn't want to get into too much detail, but just to really give you a sense of how to hire an architect so that you can have a successful project, whether you're building a new home or renovating. Good luck, and Gayla Bechtel at gayla@gbasantafe.com.